If you're a parent and you have children, listen up, because on today's episode, I'm going to give you a long list of things that you need to know if you want to raise children properly. Rafa, do you have children? Shut up! So the first thing you need to know when you're raising children is the fact that children do not have to be your friends. Because if they become your friends, I know that parents are like, oh, my children are my best friend and blah, blah, blah. But when your children become your best friends, there's a trap in it, because you're bothered about the fact that they like you or they don't like you. And most of what we do as parents, it doesn't even have to do with the children liking it. They have to wake up, they have to go to school, they have to do their homework on time, they have to do things that most of the times when they do it, they feel like mommy hates me and daddy doesn't like me and blah blah blah. They don't need to like you. You don't need to be their friend. You're there to instruct, you're there to help them navigate life. When they grow older, they'll appreciate you for it. And so that's the first thing you need to keep in mind, that they must not be happy with you all the time. At the end of the day, when they grow up, they'll realize that you meant it for their good. The second thing you need to keep in mind when you're raising children is the fact that you need to be deliberate about it. You're not just raising children for now. You're raising people that will grow up to become young adults and become adults and become people that will impact society. And so you need to be very, very deliberate about the way that you raise them. Who do you want them to become in future? What kind of person do you want them to become in society? The kind of person that steals? The kind of person that tells a lie? The kind of person that contributes to society positively? The kind of person that can impact society with good moral values? So the moral values you give them, the discipline, the training, the everything, the tenacity. I know people that a little bit of thing that they go through, that think about committing suicide. Okay? And that children on the streets, that children, your boyfriend left you and you're dying. Okay, me, I've been through the rain and the sun, but I have that kind of tenacity to struggle through things because of the training, the deliberate training that my mother gave us. So it's important that we, train children deliberately. We want to see them responsible. We want to see them the kind of people that can stand on their own 2 feet. The kind of people that when a challenge comes, they're resilient. Okay, before challenges, they're not just the kind of, jelly back kind of person that we just want to give up and want to die. The third point, after training them deliberately to become independent people in society and just giving them good morals that can help them navigate life properly, the third thing that you need to keep in mind is that you need to teach by example, not just by your words. I know parents who smoke, I know parents who keep late nights, I know parents who do all kinds of craziness, and then they tell the child that do what I tell you to do and don't copy my example. Or you say, don't copy your father's example, don't copy your mother's example. At the end of the day, children learn more by the things you do, not by the things you tell them with your mouth. And so you can give a child a good talk and just give them, pump them up with good talk, but they watch your actions and they literally repeat those actions, okay? I'll give you a good example. You see a child, a young child, a baby even, the one that is just maybe a toddler or just started speaking, and then the child meets you and says, "You're big head, shut up," and whatever. You thought that the child learned from who? Probably their parents or the people around them. And so we need to be careful with the way we comport ourselves around our children, because they're watching your example and someday they'll repeat it. And you say, "I didn't tell you to do that, I didn't tell you to do that." They'll look in the eye and tell you that, "But you did it, mom, and you did it, dad." And then you get offended and start crying and start cursing. At the end of the day, you're the bad example. So we need to be very, very careful. That's point number 3. Be deliberate and teach by your own example. Point number 4, and I'm wrapping up, is that you don't need to overprotect your children. Let them sleep on their own. You don't need to call them, "Oh, I cannot sleep alone." You let them wake themselves up. Let them learn how to do their chores, basic chores. I'm not saying train the children. I'm saying teach them basic things. They can learn how to wear their own clothes and learn how to lace their shoes and learn how to, go through heartbreaks and make their own friends and go through problems with their own friends and things that you can just guide them and tell them, "Okay, your friend did this. What do you think?" And, but allow them go through life. There are parents who do not allow their children go through even one tiny bit of trauma or stress. They're like, "Oh, my baby cannot go through that." And when you keep babysitting them and you keep training them with this kind of, cushions everywhere around them, just comfort, they end up being the kind of people that once life hits them hard, they just think about dying. They want to die like la 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 la. La 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 la, it's a French phrase to say now, 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 now. Okay, Cameroon is bilingual and I'm proudly Cameroonian. So it's important that we do all of these things and keep these things in mind. Children must go through hard times. They must go through struggling times. You must see their ability to solve problems on their own. You can guide them, but don't overprotect them to the extent. I've seen even parents where somebody meets your child for the first time and it's a young child and they're like, little boy, what's your name? And little girl, what's your name? The parent jumps up and says, say your name is Emmanuel. Say your name is Rafa. Allow the child talk for themselves. What you do when you allow a child go through their own situations and go through their own difficulties and try to solve their petty problems, the little problems, what you do is that you're building competence and confidence in them. And you're telling them that I trust you enough, that I've trained you enough to be able to handle your own situations and to be able to handle your own little things that come your way. That's what you're doing as a parent. And this competence is very, very essential if the child must grow up to become an independent person. Because at the end of the day, I don't have children, but I think that this advice is useful. And I don't want to be the kind of father that anything that goes on like, daddy, this happened, and daddy, what do I do? I'm like, sort out your fucking problems on your own. You know, I think that there's a certain stage where children need to, from a young age, start learning how to do things on their own so that at the end of the day, they don't pester you for the rest of their lives. It's important. Your job as a parent is to feed this child and nourish this child and raise a future independent human being. So if you found this video useful, I'd like you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's called Rafa 237. If you want to reach out to me, direct phone calls on WhatsApp, you can use the phone number +237, that's Cameroon's country code. Then you use my phone number 6710-35535. So +237 6710-35535. Until we meet again next time, bye bye.